Last time in the adventures of Power Rangers, the party has gathered their allies, paladins, tieflings, and members of Thief Guild, and ventured outside of the city of Madei to intercept the caravan of the Roman Ravenmar. The small army decided to attack the caravan during the daytime, as they believed it was the best time to fight the Vampire Lord. Mercenaries and constructs are protecting the caravan at all costs. It was not long before Roman Ravenmar showed his true form. Hello and welcome to the episode number 100 in the campaign of the Power Rangers in the world of Tithir. As the party of Power Rangers is already for the third session, is in the bloody battle against a person who they call His Highness by name of Roman Ravenmar, and they brought allies to the fight. They brought paladins, they brought tieflings, they brought rogues, halflings, and the battle was extremely bloody. And now we come to the point where there is only Roman Ravenmar himself, with a couple of the civilian workers left, and the party and the primary members of the party are engaged with a battle with him. So we ended our last game with Rafe making a commander's decision that the group of her tieflings that were standing and fighting to the bitter end to retreat. That's what she commanded to the forces she was controlling. Meanwhile, the salamanders that were released by Sas from the fire salamander grenades, they actually started to wreak havoc in the whole camp, distracting Ravenmar for quite a long time, as well as later on escaping and starting fire in the nearby forests. As for the golems that were serving as a protectors of Roman Ravenmar destroyed, all the mercenaries are killed as well, and we seem to have come to the climax point of the fight. I think the latest point that we had was that Farvald has been grabbed by the Roman Ravenmar himself, and now you are grappled. From Farvald's squad, you currently have 3 paladins standing, barely standing, and 1 rogue, who is Balor, the friend of Polo. Polo is currently doing some shenanigans and healing magic all the way from behind lines. Same with Sas and Rizantar, same with Dr. Ravage, Rafe, and Bryn. The only person who is directly engaged now in a close combat with Roman Ravenmar is Farvald and his paladins. Sas managed to get into the armed reconnaissance at first, and then managed to run back to his main forces, inflicting some serious bloody damage to mercenaries on his retreat. So you need to think maybe of a new nickname for Sas, about the bloodbath he has inflicted. Yes, so as the party and the fight looks on, Roman Ravenmar has taken some serious damage on him, but due to the fact that he has been using his Vampire Lord abilities, he was able to negate or even restore the damage that has been dealt to him. Yep. So the party members, all of them currently seem to be bloodied, some of them more than others. And yeah, we already made 7 rounds of combat, and now we would be starting the round 8. Yes, thanks everybody for joining. Let's see if Sebastian joined us today. And as before we proceed, is there any questions that needs to be answered?
Can you pinpoint where the fire is still on the ground?
So there are minor elements of fire next to the beginning of the tent of Roman Revenmar. This is where I indicate. This is where the original fireball of Rafe landed, and where she was like hitting him with fireballs. Other than that, the majority of fire is already on the northern side of the camp and departing. This is where salamanders left and where are starting the forest.
Is there a
fire.
fireplace behind Sus as on display?
Next to you?
Yeah.
Definitely. You are in the middle of a camp. It's fairly small, and that camp had small campfires for warming up the food and just staying warm.
Good. That's Thank
yeah,
you.
Sas, let's follow the layout. You're standing next to one of those. Any other questions?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I remember asking last time if activating those holy grenades, it is like a mechanism and not about fire, if it takes like an action or bonus action. I don't remember DM's answer.
So the answer is we're using bonus actions only for the healing potions. This is what we can use as bonus action. Usually it would be an action. So I simplified it. But regarding activating a device, so you would be using, just like Sas in the beginning of combat, he actually used his dynamite. It was an action for him. So Holy Grenade would be an action as well.
Okay. Noted.
Yeah, the party still has some aces in their sleeves.
Aces. Do I know where the Farwald's Holy Grenade is? Does the Sus know? Has he seen it? Is it on his backpack?
As
I don't know.
Farwald, where you're keeping those? Question
Let me
to you,
check.
I don't know.
I mean, I have them in the inventory, and now let me check where I put them, and I put them in the backpack. So...
So backpack is still reachable for you. You know where exactly it is. Because you're grappled, your speed is 0, but you still can do attacks and you can do the objects from your inventory. That's no problem for you.
But one player can take items out of another player's backpack?
That's definitely
zip-locked.
That's definitely possible, as long as it's not a bag of holding.
It's not.
Yeah, that's definitely possible. You already did it before.
Regarding the order of the action order.
Okay.
So
I can repeat the whole initiative order for you. So we started with mercenaries, then goes Sas group, then Farwald group, then Rave group, then Roman Remenvar, then salamanders, then civilians, and then golems in the last.
Wait, Farwald was before Roman Revenmar, right?
Yes, first. So we will have Sas, then Farwald, then Rave, then Lord acting. That's a normal initiative. If you were using normal initiative, yes.
Okay, good.
So the Farwald comes after Sus.
Correct.
And how to get someone out of grapple? Can I fight for grapple, or how does it work?
That's actually an interesting question to everybody. I think generally it's the person who is grappled fights to break free, but I think it totally makes sense if you try to kind of make some violent kicks to prevent grappling. So I would say that would be a contested strength check with... you would be receiving help, Sas, let's say, from Farwald by default against Roman Revenmar.
Okay.
Okay. So Rafe, any questions from your side? You seems to be quite safe and secure from a distance.
Yeah, I'm very safe and secure from the distance. I'm fine.
Okay. Okay, cool. So, yeah, I hope everybody can see the battle map. Just let me know if I need to zoom in, zoom out, anything of interest. Yep. Let's start. So, round 8. Mercenaries are all dead. We have Sus acting.
Okay, I'm telepathically speaking with my party members. And I think I'm gonna... I don't see a clear request for action. There's no button to click from. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out 3 remaining dynamite sticks,
Okay.
put them on fire, and throw into 3 nearby carriages. And then I'm gonna shout to Rovan Revenmar something like, I'm gonna take everything from you. Put in a constant that he is no longer in favor of his master.
Okay.
Okay, we are starting every single game with some cool actions from Sus. I'm really excited for this initiative and improvisation. Okay, so Sus, you on your side, on the southern part of the camp, there are still multiple of those carriages. So you can technically use every stick for 1 carriage.
Yeah,
That's totally fine. So
I think I
you
can hit, kind of.
Yeah, you don't need to roll for it. It's all within range. Everything is fine.
But you're
So-
aware of Polo's positioning, right?
No, he's
No?
not.
Too late.
Where is it? I don't
I
see
mean,
him.
you see,
I don't see him, sorry. Man.
He doesn't know.
He's very stealthy.
but
So-
Polo was
Intro.
running there. Polo was running there. You sure you're not
Polo
aware?
was
You were standing there all the time. I think you never went in.
Sus. You can
yeah.
roll.
Yeah,
You
you're
can
right,
roll
you're
D20
right, you're right.
with your passive perception if you remember where Polo is. So 10 or more you know, or 9 or less you don't know. And
11. Oh,
you know that Polo is right
Barely.
behind the carriage where you just were about to throw the dynamite to.
Okay, then I'm not gonna choose this carriage. I'm gonna choose Salis.
Okay, cool. Yeah, using
Good.
the different one.
Good,
So
very
using
good.
this one. Cool.
Yep.
So, you're using the nearby campfire and throwing the stick of grenade into each of them, causing, like, you're trying to aim, just to hit them inside of the carriage as much as you could. And some of them are hitting in and some of them hitting next to. And there is an explosion of dynamite happens, and which causes the carriages to fly up in the air a bit and maybe cause some sideway damage and collapse to one of the sides. The wheels are like flying around and rolling away, so the definitely carriages are suffering substantial damage. They're not rollable or usable again for transportation. And as you do that, you what exactly you shout? You shout to Roman Leonmar?
This no longer belongs to you. This is all mine now.
So, as you see this like carriages being damaged, destroyed, you hear this loud cracks of jars from inside of each and every one of them, as this light bluish kind of like wave or wind starts to float out from every single carriage slowly from the holes that are made in the hull of the carriage. And as you perform this action, Robin Renmar perfectly hears what you're saying, and as you every explodes, he's like, "No!" And as this happens, he is losing the grapple on Farvald, as he is more in awe of the. How dare you break years of work! And
That's
So how many that actions or so was that? I was
that
hasted
was
still.
You use your normal action for that to use an object. You can still have another action, but that action can be only for combat.
Okay, what is the distance between me and Mr. Revenamar?
Around 40 feet running.
40 feet. Okay. I want to throw my sword at Revenamar. And it's gonna come back to me because that's how it works. Like in the Chinese movies. Yeah, so it's with disadvantage, but I think I can pull it off with my 19 strength. Or athletics, or I don't know. We'll see.
Wait,
how
wait,
that
wait.
works.
It depends on your strength. So it's because you're throwing it like a boomerang, so it will come back, or what's the comeback mechanic here?
Okay, cool, very cool. So, you can throw it. This will be a throw with a disadvantage because it's a way further. It's not a throwing object, you know. It's not that close.
It's 2060. So
Yeah,
you said
so
40,
20
so it's within.
No. So how the thrown objects in D&D work? It always has two numbers. The very first number is the like optimal normal range for throwing, which you can do, no problem. And the second number always stands for like a maximum range, which you can also do, but it goes with disadvantage because it's beyond the natural capabilities of a weapon. So you can check the bows and the crossbows; they all have two numbers. It's always the
Unlimited
same.
capabilities, DM. Here we go.
Okay, go ahead,
Infinite
throw it.
range. How do I throw it?
Um,
I only see hit and damage. How do I throw?
Go just for the hit. It's your normal hit.
So first 26.
So
and
for the rule
28.
of cool, I say
That was with
Uh,
disadvantage 2 times.
what's the roll?
26, 28.
Definitely hits.
And then
So
I
you-
want to catch it.
Yeah. So, so, as what's the damage?
No.
Please roll for damage as
so-
well.
That was hit. 16, it's like almost crit. 16 non-resistible.
Yes, and also
Slash
roll
it damage.
1d6 for healing.
Yeah, yes.
So
Damn it.
we have a
Too many
thing
rolls.
happening. So Sas is lunging, like imagine those athletes which are throwing like heavy objects in the Olympics. He's doing the same thing, but with his two-handed sword, and he throws it into the direction of Roman Revenmar. And as Roman Revenmar releases a grapple on Farvald, it hits exactly like that spot, like it kind of like blade passes through and hits him in the hand that was holding Farvald. And as the sword was flying further, because the Farvald was Saz was throwing it with a really powerful like swing, you can see how the sword is actually making like upward swing and starts to fly backwards towards Sas. Sas, please roll for athletics.
Athletics. I even have half profile. 22. I think I'm good.
Yes, so as the sword flies back, Sas is like putting his hand to the side, like, and the sword hilt gets exactly into his hand, just, Thor Mjolnir, and he is again holding the sword back. And as you connect with the sword back in your hand, you feel that this life energy that it has just stolen from the Roman Revenmar, like, gets into you, so you get healing.
One hit point, yes. This is... He's dead. He cannot be healed from.
Life energy.
Or
Okay,
at least
so-
not with this weapon.
So that was your...
That's it.
Okay.
I think that's
it.
I
You don't
mean,
move.
The moving part... No, I don't... Should I move? I'm feeling fine here. I don't know.
Okay, cool.
I don't know what needs to happen. I'm staying here.
Okay, Sas is done. Farveld, you're no longer grappled. You're standing in front of Roman Rimlar, who is towering in his true form in front of you. Just a moment ago, you could feel this like vampire fangs right next to your neck, but now you're freed. You can observe the soul energy leaking from more jars from inside of the carriages that Sas has just exploded. What do you do? By the way, back to...
First?
Wait. Sorry. Back to Sas. Sas, you still have your group control. So
Yes, those guys. So Mr. Ravash.
yeah.
So he kind of.
He's on the back line. His main task was to keep the haste on you permanently and be
Yes.
protected. So he is playing it safe.
So Mr. Ravage hides behind the leftmost carriage. He's a safe guy, and Rave also. Rave.
Bryn. Okay, Bryn.
Bryn.
Okay, they move a bit closer, but to the left flank. Okay.
Yeah. If the Bryn wants to fire at someone, but there's no one to fire. No, they should
Bryn-
stealth. They should roll for action stealth. They hide. So they moved, and the action is hide.
Okay, Bryn
watching.
rolled 9. And Dr. Ravage
Good.
rolled... Let's see what he rolled. Action stealth. Rolled 18. So, yeah, he's kind of managing to hide completely behind Bryn's massive torso. Farvald, your group.
So, I think usually was Polo going first. Should we stick
Any
to
order
that,
of your
or-
choice.
Ah, okay, cool. Then let's go first with Polo.
Okay.
He is.
Polo.
Stream. Yeah. So how far from him to His Highness?
So I would say about 60 feet.
60 feet. Okay.
Yeah, because it was 40 from
Mm.
Sas.
Fair enough. Okay, then. Then Polo will use his bonus action to move to dash. So
Where to?
far in front that he's. I don't have the tabletop simulator open, but so in direct line towards the paladins and Farward, but only so that he is like 30 feet away from the one standing in the front row. So maximum, kind of
Something like
yeah,
this.
maximum. Yes.
Yeah.
So that would be about half his movement, right?
That was you used the dash, so yeah, you still have some movement left from it.
He should still have like 60. Sorry, 30. I mean, sorry.
20.
You said it, but you said distance is 60, and he moved in about 30.
He moved about
It's like right in the middle.
Somewhat, yes. So let's say 30. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
It's his normal movement speed.
Cool.
What's his movement speed?
Normal movement speed is 30, and with dash it should be 60.
60, correct. So half used. What do you do next?
Okay. So then he casts a spell,
Okay.
and the
Sounds
spell
interesting.
is called Prayer of Healing again. And
Who was he praying for?
well, he's praying to the god of luck, and he's praying for all the team members he can see within reach. So it
So
should
that would be
like 3
Farvald,
paladins down.
3 paladins, Balor, and somebody. and you yourself.
Okay, so he has to decide. I think 3 paladins are down and 3 paladins are severely damaged, let's say.
Yeah.
So he would target those who are unconscious plus Farwald.
Okay, so makes
That
it
would
4.
be 4, and then 2 of the ones who are living. No, Bardo, he would definitely heal Bardo, plus 1 of the living or conscious paladins. Shall I
Okay,
repeat? Who's healed?
How much healing each gets?
Wait, I just rolled what I forgot. I think it was 10.
10. So 10 each. Please add HP to Farwald. And then the group of Farwald gets in total plus 50 HP. But they are hardly standing.
Still, but I mean, 3 of them should be conscious again.
Yeah, they are
So-
conscious, but this is we are abusing D&D mechanics. They don't feel well. They are kind of one shot. To
Yeah,
death.
okay. But Polo calls upon them, says, "Use your healing." And with that said, he uses the rest of the dash and gets the fuck away from his highness.
And they're like, "We used all our healing already." They're like, "Okay."
And then you're on your own. Oh yeah, and Polo positions himself
Doesn't
like in
he
front
has
of
a-
the carriage.
Doesn't Polo has like a dagger that he can one-shot everyone? the
Um,
Rape gave
He
him?
got it from Rape. Yes.
check.
And then you're running away.
Yeah. The thing
You're a
is,
priest now.
the thing is, he's out of actions. So what's the point in getting close to his highness when
You're
he's
not
out of
gonna make
actions
it.
anyways?
Next turn, he's gonna be out of range. You need to go forward.
We can do that. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay, so that was Polo's turn. And then I would say now it's Farwald's turn. He is, since he finds himself not grappled anymore, but he's standing like right next to his highness, right? So
Yeah,
he's like
yeah.
still okay.
Exactly. And your paladins group, they are kind of right behind you, shoulder to shoulder, because you were actually engaging him in melee last round.
Ah, they went.
Yeah, of course, you were attacking them.
Yeah, but I mean the paladins were not engaging on melee.
They were. They did some damage.
Okay, good.
It's all together, yeah. So
Can
So
you
what
kind
do
of
the-
show on the map where 20 feet away from His Highness would be in direction of Polo?
something
But
like
would
this.
would that be behind the paladins?
Definitely, paladins would move. Consider they're all here. So of course, you would jump behind their backs.
Okay. Then Farwald will also use a spell because he understands this foe is not to take on in melee just like that. And he will use Dimension Door to get behind the paladins.
So
So what?
nothing.
0 damage
No.
build.
No, the thing is, like, Farwald is not gonna throw a grenade on his own feet
Support,
when he has below 20 HP. Farwald is not a martyr.
I
yet.
heard you wanted to go with the Blaze of Glory, but yes, plans change. So yeah, you can use
That was
Dimension
an
Door.
i-
It's
was an idea.
500 feet. You can go any direction from here.
No, but just behind the paladins, so that Farwald is kind of shielded by them.
Okay.
Um,
Please mark off the spell.
Yep.
So that was. You still have movement and bonus action if you need any.
So Farwald uses a bonus action, and he does use the soul he snapped from a dying human.
Mm-hmm.
a few sessions earlier,
Yeah.
it still has like 3 uses. So he
Yes.
uses one of those as a bonus action, and heals himself
Nice one.
for only 8.
Yeah,
it's something.
Farvald is able to capture the souls of people he has killed and then interrogate them, remember, and also like feed from them. So this is what he did. He still has a couple of more charges.
2 charges to be precise.
Yep.
That would be it from Farwald.
Forward,
And-
check the messenger.
The telepathic messenger.
Yes, your intuition, your sixth sense. Your patron is speaking to you, probably. As you fight.
So, since Farwald is out of actions, but his paladins are not, he compels them to. So he would take out one holy grenade from his back. No, he would take out both the holy grenades from his backpack and tell the nearest standing paladin, "Take this vessel of light." And
They know what it is, you know.
Yeah,
They-
so unleash. Well, how to say? Unleash divine anger. Unleash divine justice on this
Okay.
aberration.
So, since it's the paladins you're asking this for, so the paladins of Pelor, they know exactly what this object does. So the natural response to this would be to actually back off and then throw a grenade. They are not going to throw a grenade right under the feet because they know what it is.
They are not martyrs.
They are not
Okay.
just looking for death, if you're asking for that. They can
Okay.
die in the name of Pelor, but when they can keep on living in the name of Pelor, it's a bit better, no?
I
So-
don't know. I haven't asked him yet, but
Okay, so you pass on 2 grenades of holy grenades to
No,
the paladins.
one grenade. One grenade.
Okay, only
Yes.
one.
So only one of those guys has to use an action for this.
I mean, first they back off. So, as they're backing
No,
off,
why would they?
so I'm
They
telling
back
you
off
what
right
happens.
away.
I mean, they know what happens next. They still have movement. They can
Hmm.
do it in several actions. So they back off, and the vampire lord can do his opportunity attack, at least once.
That's why I didn't tell him to back off. DM.
They are smarter than you can think.
So they trigger opportunity attacks by being smart.
It's still less damage than throwing grenade under your feet. Unless
One of them could be a martyr.
okay,
could
you
be
can
up there.
if you really want them to do that, you can do some persuasion speech here, and then you can turn them into martyrs. If you really want to do that, go ahead, roll for persuasion. They will stand their ground.
I only want to do it with one. So the one who's closest. I pointed
Yeah, I mean
him.
yes, but he is not going to throw grenade into his friends, you know, and comrades.
Yeah, of course. The idea is that
They need to back off to make a grenade,
Yeah.
like not to hit them.
yeah, okay, never
Understand?
mind. We don't. It would be funny, but we don't need a martyr, not yet. Okay,
Not
so
yet.
I let them proceed as their instincts tell them.
Okay. So the vampire lord makes one attack. Yep. And gives 28 damage to one of the paladins. That was the one that was just healed by Polo. There's a backing off, and he collapses to the ground. As all of you back off, the paladin is whispering something on the grenade, and then throw this at Rovan Revenmar, like meanwhile making the like holy signs. As please roll for grenade damage, and that should be a save. Constitution, correct me if I'm wrong.
He can save from a holy grenade
Yes.
as a vampire. This is unfair. It's like an ice cube safe from a fireball.
It works. But it doesn't work so effectively.
Yeah, so DC is 15 Constitution. So he does Constitution, wasn't his best thing. He rolled 23. It's plus 6. That's actually
So
his
he
lowest
makes it?
stat. Yeah, he makes it. So how much damage he gets?
It was 25 radiant damage. So since he made it, is it halved?
Yeah, it is halved. So he makes minus 12 damage. He is not blinded and he is not stunned because he made the save. Keep in mind, Sas had already hit out all of the legendary resistances from him. So last game. So if he would fail now, he had only plus 6 to the roll. He would be stunned. As this, you can all see this explosion of radiant damage. You hear the chorus of angels singing in your heads for a second, as the gates of heaven open up briefly right in front of you, and the Syrian light pierces the undead and trying to banish them from the place of existence here. So as Roman Rivermark, he kind of closes his hands, and gets hit by this radiant light. He definitely hear his crowd screaming and shouting from that, and the light definitely kind of keeps him like afloat separately. He needs some moments to get back to his senses, and as this happens, you also, when you look back at his position, you no longer see that there's a Farwell Spectre on the spot.
Okay.
Doesn't he have disadvantage on checks because in the sunlight?
Nope. So, Wrath
But
is done.
now he's
Yes, now he
But he
is
is blinded
exposed
now.
to it. No, he's not. Is he?
Why
Does
not?
it work for the save? Because he made a save.
So that's the thing. The way I read the description, the save is not about the damage, but only
Okay.
about being blinded and stunned.
Undead can be blinded by Sorgan that with light sensitivity. Okay, because he has a light sensitivity, he could be also stunned. Doesn't work. Can be blinded
if-
by. I think actually he is blinded. In that case.
Is he? Okay.
He takes full damage. The save was
No.
not
He gets a blinded condition. The blinded creature can't see and automatically fails any ability check that requires sight. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature attack rolls have disadvantage. So that's how the blinded condition usually works.
Okay.
But he has sunglasses, right?
Interesting. No. Actually, so this is how blinded would normally work. But as I read into the character shit, I don't think it exactly works against the true sight that he has.
He has true sight. That would make sense.
So that because the true sight works the following way: a monster with true sight can, Out of specific range, see normal magical darkness, see invisible creatures and objects, detect illusions, succeed on saving throw against them, perceive original form of a shape changer or creature transformed by magic, can see into ethereal plane with the same range.
Okay, yeah, makes sense, the routing. But DM, I'm just sharing again like the description of the grenade. I'm
What did I
very
send you?
sure. You sent me what where?
I mean, you need to use what I sent you.
Yeah. So I just shared it in the roles channel, and it is for me pretty obvious that the save is not about the damage, but only about the being a stunned condition or a stunned or blinded condition.
So you're claiming that he might actually get more damage. That's what you're saying.
The full damage, yes.
Okay, I agree with that. That it's about the grenade is actually quite a powerful item to actually have a bypass saving. Okay, so it's a total 25 damage, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Radiant.
25 damage, radiant, yes. So that actually was a great thing. Your race definitely is dead. That wasn't. He is erased as he never was there. And now after this grenade, everybody but you are charging him back and trying to inflict some more melee damage. So the paladins are out of the spell slots to do any smites, any powerful smites, or do some proper healing. They already used the lay on hands originally when they were fighting the golems. So now it's just seal against flesh regarding them. So you have 5 paladins barely standing and Balor. They are doing.
The Barlord is a local rogue, right?
Balor is a dwarf. He's a friend of Polo. So they're doing 95 damage to him.
Wow, still, okay.
Yeah, that was their kind of like glory thing. So, damn. He actually looks quite damaged. The Ravenmar himself. So as this happens, he is going to use his legendary actions because this is the end
Yeah.
of your group turn.
What? I thought they were extinct. I mean, over, like depleted.
There is
used.
legendary actions and there are legendary resistances. Those are two separate things. So
Yeah,
legendary
okay.
resistances.
Also probably.
Yeah. So legendary resistances, they are kind of getting refreshed like once per day or something for like such a big mobs. But legendary actions, they get refreshed every round. So he could use those
So it's
in the
like-
end of every group's turn. He could do some legendary action of his, but he also has a limited of like 3 points in legendary actions there.
Okay, I see.
So, and he's going to use his legendary action to... So, he is looking at those pesky paladins in front of him. And then he is looking ahead in front at Sas, who has just destroyed several of the carriages and who is just threatening him. So he would be using a spell. So you're in 40 range from him, because you didn't move away. It's the same range as you were throwing your sword.
No.
Why not?
Yes. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, you didn't move. You were from the point. So we're going to use the same. As he's pointing a finger at you, Farvelt, you're standing kind of like close to realize that there is a ray of negative energy, which is now being like kind of concentrated in his palm. And as he's casting this spell, he points it at Sas. You dare to threaten me? And he wields the ray of energy at you, Sas. Please make Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
So DC is 23. Save.
No.
2.
Okay. Okay. Shit.
He regains back all his life points.
No.
Yeah,
no.
most likely.
So he uses a spell. Cost. The name is Finger of Death.
Okay.
What?
So
That's a spell.
you take 57 necrotic damage on failed save.
Psychic or necrotic?
Necrotic.
Easy. 57. Yes. That hurt a little bit.
And as he finishes casting the spell, he sees you're still standing, but barely, and he's kind of like, that was Finger of Death, you know? Why is he still standing?
What?
Yeah,
Offense taken.
but he doesn't regain any HP. So that was his legendary action to cast a spell. At the end of Farwell's group, so you can still do it. Rafe, your group. So your tieflings are retreating back. They are climbing up the hill behind your back. You hear the clinging and moaning of wounded and clinging of their weapons as they're kind of like trying to get them out of the distance. You currently control only yourself.
Yes.
The tieflings are on vacation.
So you are approximately at the range of 80, 90 from the Roman Ravenmar and Paladins. You can see how they engaged him like point blank, and as Farwell used his dimension door to kind of move way back. Yeah, what do you do?
Hmm. Yeah, I think I might use a scroll I had.
Okay, what's the scroll?
And yeah, the one that I got before getting here, so the moonbeam.
What's the range for it?
It's 120 feet.
Yeah, you are in range.
Yeah, and then well, how close are the paladins from him?
They are in the melee range, so 5 feet.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna try to point like the center a little bit left from him because the sphere isn't like, or the cylinder actually isn't that big. It's only 5 feet radius.
Okay.
5 foot radius. Yeah.
Okay, let me find some. Okay, I'll just gonna mark it as this kind of object that it touches Ravenmar because you are in control of it. Okay, cool. So what's the damage? Is there any save to make?
Yeah, he has to, a constitution saving throw, and it isn't great, but on
he
fail
rolled
2d10,
20.
otherwise half. Yeah, I guess. Then half of whatever I roll.
So 10 radiant damage. So this is the first time in his-
2d10, yeah. Or half.
10. So this is the first time in this whole battle where you actually focusing him with the radiant damage. Round number
Second.
8.
Wait a second.
Yes. The time has come, yes? So it definitely has an effect on him just because of the nature of his spell. So remember that it's a concentration spell, Rave, and you can also move it.
Mhm. Yeah, and
You need to use an action to move it. So if he moves away from it,
next round's right. Yeah.
yeah. So that was your action to cast a spell. You can still move. You have a bonus action.
Well, I want to move a little bit right behind the carriage that is there. Is there like is one of these figures here
Reason
kind of really
cross us.
suffering?
Uh,
How does Sas
y-
look like?
Sas looks. Sas looks like as if holding his own sword might, like, can collapse him at any moment. Even though
Okay,
he's raging.
Then, yeah, but then I'm just gonna use the bonus action to use healing word on him.
Okay.
Yeah. Did I click? No, I did. No, I did.
7 healing, Sas.
Yeah, 7 healing process. Not much, but at least the sword won't be so heavy. Yeah.
Rafe, as you're approaching one of the crates, which is one of the carriages lying on your right, you're the kind of closest to the one of the destroyed ones, and you see that inside of it, through the hole in the that was made by dynamite, you can see those broken, shattered jars lying down, like fractured in different kind of position, as it's slowly the bluish glow light is kind of leaving them. And as you can see, can you see in the darkness?
Yes.
Okay. So as you look inside of this hole, you actually can see on the inside, and you realize that the jars which are there looking in this array, all of them having a small pieces of papers attached to them. And the ones that you are seeing in front of you has a tag. All of them have a tag. Wait. Can I open my notes?
Okay.
What the Tiefling Kingdom offerings delivered to the royal palace, right? That's what it says.
Wait, where is it? So, you can see that this name tag actually mentions a city that has disappeared in Goktsing, not far away from Goktsing, from Tiefling Kingdom. And this is exactly that town which lost all of its villagers that you learned from the news. Okay, Rafe, you
Yeah.
think you're done, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so next one. So as Rave is done, he is not. Oh, will he? No, the question is, can he? Yeah, he's going to use his vampiric touch to actually target one of the paladins in front of him. So, you can see how he is actively grabbing one of the paladins who was just swinging a sword at him. And you notice that he is trying to make a familiar movement of sucking the life energy away from him. The paladin collapses to the ground from the damage itself. But as he's trying to perform this action, you see that he didn't regain any health points from it. None of the damages were healed up.
Ah, radiant damage.
Okay, so that was Raid's group. Now Lord Roman Ravenmar himself. So, he's currently actively engaged, and he has this moonbeam next to him. So he feels the radiant damage next to him. So he tries to move away from a moonbeam distance, but he's still in melee with all the knights and all the paladins. Then why isn't he standing? So as he moves a bit to the side, he is going to cast a spell. What's this does?
This is self-healing, high dexterity, high armor, wizard with legendary actions.
In other words, the boss. The boss fight.
Must have some weaknesses now. He's a bit overpowered.
He has. Do you mean a bit?
I mean, we didn't try water yet, right?
He doesn't care about sun.
But streaming water is good against vampires, and we have holy water. Tons. But we never used one. Right?
I mean, there's no river.
All our units carry holy water, I think.
You'll have
Most of them.
bottles. Yeah.
Plus, I mean, we have like your magic vessels as you can technically conjure a never-ending stream of water.
The holy water does like 1d6 damage.
It's not about the damage, it's about him not regenerating, right?
And
The
there's
sun
some
should have
thinking.
stopped. That's what the whole reason of the fighting him in the midday. But
Yeah,
he
but
doesn't care.
apparently it's very legendary. So
Okay, he was just about to cast fear against paladins, but then realized that
What?
it makes no sense.
Of course he didn't Why
how
would he not?
how would he
DM?
realize it makes no sense? Come on.
Yes.
Okay. You think it's his first encounter with paladins of Pelor? Or paladins in general? Okay, so he is going to cast a spell, which he can do 2 more times. Actually one, he has 1 more level spell slot of this level. He's going to cast Circle of Death.
No
Second time.
way.
Oh, we all dead.
Really?
This was the one with 70 damage or something like that.
Yeah, I know. And there was Constitution saving throw or something like this.
Yeah, it's a Constitution saving throw. So finding himself in the very middle of it all, he casts it on very center of himself. And
But it was
that
huge radius.
yes. So
40
he's
feet.
standing kind of in the middle of it all. And he's going to... It's going to affect everyone who is within the range of the camp. So it's a concentration save. That's his last high-level spell slots. Please roll for Constitution save.
The paladins, they give +2 on saving throws, right?
Correct. So paladins
In
themselves,
what area?
they around them, I think 10 feet around every paladin, or 10 or 20 feet. 20 feet actually.
The
So
reason that
Farald
is
in
also
range.
paladin, right?
Rizentar is not. No, not yet.
You said 10
He
feet
was just
from the
about to
paladin, each
multi-class.
paladin.
He's learning to multi-class, you know.
So no aura from him. Nice paladin. Harvard rolled really good.
Yep.
Okay, did you save?
No.
Oh,
What was the save?
23.
No.
Farward rolled a 1. +7. +2. So it's a 10.
Okay, paladins didn't make it. If expert rogue, Balor didn't make it. Rave doesn't need to do it. Who else do we have inside? Rizantar didn't make it. Sas Polo, Salamander. Salamander. Let's see what happens with the Salamander. He's on the +2. No, he fails. Okay, so rolling for the damage. 25 necrotic damage.
Oh. I'm not dead. I mean,
So
not yet.
everybody within the camp circle. This, I think he rolled like the lowest of possible or something.
Oh wait, but Polo is also affected? He's
course.
like kind of... Ah. Shit. Wait, and I need to roll still. Does
So
Polo
Salamander's
benefit from the
still
+2?
alive. No. The
So
servants are dead right away.
if you crit on...
If you crit, you succeed.
Automatically.
Did you crit?
No, but I'm just determining if it makes
Yeah,
sense
it's
to even
20
roll.
Of course.
Yeah, no.
It's always
I
makes
didn't
sense to
crit,
roll.
so...
Okay, so
I mean, by
you have...
definition, Polo cannot reach unless he crits. 25, right? Yep.
So Balor is down. All the paladins except for one are down. Within the camp. Farwell, how do you feel? Salamander is still standing. What about Rizantar is down again. Second time this fight. Sas, Polo, 25 necrotic damage.
Down.
Yes, taken.
Okay, Sas is down. Polo is down. This was really a
No,
circle of
Polo's
death.
not down.
Polo's
No,
not
Polo's
down?
not down.
How does Polo feel?
Polo just took the damage. Polo doesn't feel good, but he is still not down.
Okay, so with the circle of death, you have only Wizard, Breen, Rave, Salamander, one Paladin, and Farvald standing with Paula standing. So that was his action. As he does it, he is going to one of the crates. No, wait. Can he do that? Yeah, he still has movement. He's going to use his movement. He has 30 feet flying movement. So he would be flying closer to the edge of the camp. Here. So Lord has done. salamanders. One of the salamanders is already far in the forest. The other one has just been hit by the necrotic damage. Actually turns to the way of Roman Ravenmar and starts crawling his way, using all of his movement. All of
They're
the.
not immune to necrotic damage.
Why would they?
They
They are only immune to fire. Yes.
So you can also kill like a water elemental and air elemental.
With necrotic, yes. Or with thunder, or with lightning, I think. Or maybe they're immune to lightning. I need to remember. They're immune to cold, I think. The water elementals. Thunder. Okay, civilians are all dead. I'm crossing them out. Golems are all dead. They're crossed out. Okay, we have round 9. Starting with the sus.
Rolling for
Death saving throw.
Didn't even do that on my first character. He just died instantly. How do you
He
roll?
didn't die.
Should you
He
just,
went to another.
No, that's not it.
you roll d20.
There's no button.
There is no button, just d20.
I want 17. There was a button.
So
The UI
there
is
was.
just bad. Yes, it's in the middle
Okay.
between the failures and saves.
Okay,
Didn't it
you
show up?
mark as one as green. Yes.
Right.
Okay, you have still Dr. Ravage. He no longer needs to keep the haste as concentration. So let's see what he can do. He is. So he is looking at the approaching menace of the Roman Ravenmar, and he will be backing off his maximum movement. He would be casting Fireball at him as a 3rd level spell. So Dex 15, 33 fire damage. That was his last 3rd level spell slot. He has one more 4th level spell slot. So this is a Dex save. He failed the Dex save. So 33
No,
fire
it's
damage.
impossible, GM. Stop cheating.
I clicked
He has
Dex.
plus
Was it a
14.
Dex?
How can he fail
His Dex plus
15
6.
dex save?
Ah, wait, I clicked the wrong button. Correct. You're right. Sorry.
Thank you.
It should be plus 14.
No, you guys are dying with me.
No,
You're
no,
not
no,
going
no.
anywhere.
Thanks. I just click on the stats, not on the proficiencies and saves.
Yeah,
So, yeah, it should
you
be
guys coming with
He
me.
makes it. So it makes it half, which makes it 16 damage.
Yeah, he only fails
Um,
if he does natural one.
The salamander is unaffected, and the carriages, they are set in a flame. Rizontar, is he affected by it? By friendly fire? Sas, are you affected by friendly fire? No, probably not.
Okay.
Okay. Let's use. Is there a ruler? Shit.
They're lying on the ground in cover.
Okay.
But there was even the ruler measurement.
There is actually a ruler management. I just never used it. So
What is this about?
yeah, Salamander is not affected. Sas, you're just out of range. Rizontar is in range. So Rizontar gets damage from this, and it's immediate 2 death saving throw for him. Okay. That will, and Breen, she continues. You killing my friends? And she is going to do something that she didn't do before.
Okay. I'm curious.
Okay, so she runs closer to Rave, and she is going to cast Cure Wounds on Sus.
Oh, cast it on the. Yeah, on the other.
So you get 12
Mustache.
HP back. So you're back.
Hey,
You don't need...
back.
So, and because you're
let's
back, you can
abuse the
steal
mechanics.
actions.
Mhm. And ran from there.
So you have Rizantar, like looking quite bad in front of you. You were just raised up by Breen, and you notice that she has a noticeable fear in her eyes, as this sphere of death is visibly shaking her to the core. Sus?
One moment. I'm gonna say, but that may never die, and I'm gonna rush at him with the sword.
Okay, you're definitely in range to reach, and now there is a triangle of you, like Salamander, you, and Roman Raven are all within.
I don't see anything. I don't know. I just see the big figure.
By the way, you are no longer raging because you were unconscious.
It's fine.
I think you get level of exhaustion.
Why? I have 2 rages. Why would I get exhaustion? It doesn't
think
say
that's-
anything about that.
I think that's the mechanic of rage. Once it ends, there is something happened to you. Unless something else. Please correct me.
No, it
Please.
just says your ends if you're knocked unconscious, but it doesn't say about exhaustion or anything.
Once. This is with the haste. Sorry. This is with the haste. Yeah, haste has a negative
haste.
effect once you are down. But I think because you were down and now you're raised up, the negative effect of haste is not applied to you. What can be... I would rule it that way. So what do? You are slashing at him. Go ahead.
Yes, that's all I can do. Last time I felt better when I was hitting him. So attack number. I'm not hasted anymore.
Nope. So you only have your 2
30.
attacks and I think a bonus. Hits 30 to hit. Is it a crit?
It's 19.
Close enough.
It's secret hit that is in DLC. So first one hits.
Did you upgrade your
Second-
Patreon subscription? That could change it in the last moment.
It's like there's a sword. There's like, please upgrade for the DLC. Subscription only feature on the sword.
Pay to
Okay,
win,
then.
yes? Button.
Oh my god, the 12 is the second hit. Is misses.
Okay, so how much? So you just roll
Wait,
hits
I'm
and then
gonna
damage,
first
yes?
hit. Can I hit 3 times or not?
Just based on your bonus action. Does your bonus action allow you to make another attack?
Yes. When you use action with blah 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 on your turn, you can make one unarmed strike as a bonus. But does it unarmed strike or unarmed strike with the
we
monk
currently
weapon.
count your weapon as a monk weapon. So if you can do a bonus action attack with a monk weapon, which is your not
Yeah, I think
monkish
basically
greatsword.
it works like that. If you're hitting with you can hit with hands or your monk weapon, and basically that's it. And if you used attack action, then you can follow up as a bonus action to do that.
Okay,
So
go ahead. Third one as a bonus action.
19. Shit. So just
19
one hit
doesn't hit.
basically,
How much damage?
and the damage would be 15. And
Okay.
I would heal for something. Good. That's it.
So, as you're doing that, as you make sure you're healed, he is seeing you like standing up and approaching him, and swinging your giant sword at him, and he would be using his legendary action to cast a spell. So, and he would be casting a spell which is very familiar to you, Sas. He would be casting darkness on himself.
Okay, that's good. I'm affected.
So-
I can only... Yeah, it's not my darkness.
So all this area now in front, like it's all just a dark black circle of darkness. The air gets denser and darkens down as if you are like behind the black glass. You cannot see anything what's inside. Even the flickers of flame from Salamander's skin are not piercing the magical darkness that he has casted. So Sas, Salamander, and Roman Raynor himself are within this circle.
You're saying the salamander is a non-magical creature.
It's elemental.
So is it magical or non-magical?
Why? Why does it matter?
Only magical light can eliminate it.
Ah, the light made from the salamander itself, it's not magical.
Nice. What?
Wait, so the salamander is magical, but the light is not.
Salamander is just another creature.
It is piece of fire. Yeah.
So just like as a thought, like the iron golems, they had magical weapon attacks by the fists, so the fists were magical.
Correct.
The fire salamander is not magical, like it hits fire.
The
It's
fire
not magical.
salamander. Let's
Comes
check.
from a different plane.
That doesn't
mean-
make it cooler. So the fire salamanders, they don't have magical weapons. The only thing that happens with them is that they have heated body and they have heated weapons. So any attack of theirs on any damage they receive, they would reflect with fire. That's all. Okay. So that was the SAS group's move. Farvald, how do you feel? You can see the darkness appearing next to
very.
you.
I mean, Farbold is barely alive, but he's used to that, let's say. I have a question. So, dark vision, is it able to pierce the darkness His Highness was casting?
Sas, how do you think? You are a master of darkness.
No, you cannot see it through it.
A creature with dark vision can see through the darkness.
Can.
And non-magical cannot. Can't.
Fuck.
And non-magical light can't illuminate it. So,
So
Okay.
magical salamander from another plane is not illuminating it.
no, it's not. It might have fiery body, but it doesn't work as a flashlight.
So its body is not emitting light. The light stops. Then what
Okay,
color?
we
is
can
the
just close this
salamander?
topic. No, it's not a
Okay.
magical light coming from the body of a salamander. No. It's a light. It makes it brighter around it, but it's not a magical light. No. Farvald, you have one.
Okay.
Balor is down, so he would be rolling death saving throws this round. You have Polo, Farvald, and one paladin under your command, still standing.
So the thing is, I'm
paladin-
not quite sure.
Paladin is
certain
out of
mechanics.
healing spells, and Paladin has cantrips, and his cantrips would allow to do the spare the dying. So Paladin can run around and just stabilize people, so that they go
So
at
there's
0.
one paladin.
Yeah, there is one Paladin.
Okay.
So you have a choice whom he can stabilize, for example.
So I mean,
So the-
Rizantar was the one
Rizantar-
suffering the most, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
Yeah.
So yeah, he already had 2 failed death saving throws. Holy grenade or healing people?
That's choices.
Yeah. What does the party think? Do we go full damage or do we try to watch out for our friends? Just like how
have
does the
sus.
party think?
You know that Sas somewhere is in there.
Yeah, but Sas, I mean, Sas didn't have a failed saving throw yet.
Doesn't
I'm-
mean he... So, Farvald, what do you do? Rafe, your option. You can still in the invisibility to each other, so you can still communicate. I would say Sas is totally cannot participate in this conversation. It's a quick.
So DM, unfortunately, I have a few questions regarding mechanics.
Go ahead.
Regarding the darkness.
Go
So
ahead.
you say no non-magical light can illuminate the darkness.
Correct.
But given that a magical light would illuminate the darkness, but let's say like all the objects and certain creatures inside the darkness, but let's assume it would not illuminate His Highness. Would the given light from the surrounding objects inside the darkness, who are shining and visible, give enough information for people to understand where His Highness is? Should I
So,
illustrate more?
if you wanna make an object which gonna emit some light, magical light, you wanna throw it inside or bring it in
No,
there.
that's not what I want to do.
It doesn't matter. As long as the object
Okay.
gets in there, it's going to shine the light, eliminating everybody who is there.
Okay,
So, for
then
example,
I think that should work.
I think Moonbeam itself is a magical light.
Yeah.
So Moonbeam would be able to disperse it, for example. No, like make it visible. Darkness still stays there, but it would make it visible. Or if you have other means which make magical light. It just Moonbeam is kind of persistent in there, but other means might be just like a flash and then they're gone. So what do you do, Farrell?
So,
What-
keeping up with tradition, Polo would act first. So Polo
ahead.
cannot see His Highness.
Nope.
And
You can see
but he wants to
Rizantar
change that.
closest to him. Okay.
He wants to change
Alright.
that. So, what is the area of the darkness actually?
It's 15 feet each direction, 30 in diameter.
Perfect. So, since Polo remembers kind of where the center of it is, because he remembers where His Highness was standing, he is casting a new spell. And that
Okay.
spell is called Fairy Fire. So, Fairy Fire is an AoE spell, it's a concentration spell. And each object in 20-foot cube within range is outlined in a color of Polo's choice. Let's say it is green. So technically any creature in the area is also outlined by the light if it fails a dexterity saving throw. I don't think His Highness will fail a 15 DC dexterity saving throw, but everything else, every other object is outlined. So everything else is outlined with a magical light, which should give enough information to understand where His Highness actually standing, because he's not.
I can understand your logic. Do you really want to use that spell?
No.
Because it's an IOS spell. So there is a
deal
chance.
damage, if that's what
No,
you
it
say.
doesn't. No. What I'm referring is that, let's say His Highness has very low probability of failing it, but you can also highlight Sus, and you can also highlight Salamander.
Yeah, the idea was kind of to see His Highness too. Yeah, but
That's
maybe
a cool
that's
idea.
not the way to go.
That's a cool idea. I like the idea. If I wouldn't
Now you're
use
giving
the...
me mixed signals feelings. I cannot work like that.
I mean, as a DM, I like the idea. I like the thought behind it. It's just I cannot now, like, we already used this DC of his dex, like plus 14 multiple times, and there needs to be like a better reason for me to, let's say, decrease his dex for some reason, because he has only 5% chance of failing it if he rolls nat 1.
Yeah. I mean, the idea was not to make him visible, but to understand where he is. But then recalibrating.
No, I like the idea. I think it's
So.
a cool thought.
So. Okay, so then there is another mechanical question, or technical question, let's say.
Go ahead.
So Paulo wants to use a spell he already tried to use, and the spell says...
Which one?
Wait. That would be Guiding Bolt. So... Oh no, it's actually not that one. Sorry. Paulo has lots of spells, I need to read a bit.
What was it supposed to be? A Word of Radiance? Cantrip?
No. Was it?
Actually, you can
Or
also
was it that
do...
one?
Paul also has Spare the Dying, by the way. So you can also run around and spare
Yeah.
the dying.
DM,
Yeah? So
why I'm not longer hasted? Can you explain? I was not holding the concentration.
Like, in my understanding, if you have... like, you are a wizard, you're concentrating on a person to keep, like, some spell active on them, yes?
Yeah.
And the moment that person, let's say, dying and going unconscious, in my understanding, has the same mechanic. Like, you're completely out of everything. You're no longer, like, able to, I don't know, keep those energies in you, and just... You're not really living at this specific moment. You're kind of beyond the barrier. And just because you were healed immediately, I would say it doesn't keep the haste there. Like, we can try to Google
any casting on magic on unconscious people. That eliminates
makes-
all possibilities.
Yeah, that makes
like
no
spare
sense.
the dying.
The Spare the
You say,
Dying
oh,
makes
spare
them
the dying?
at 0, yeah.
Yeah, but it targets the sort of, dying creature by your
Yeah,
magic.
but it has a specific spell. It doesn't give you any prolonged benefits, except for keeping your HP, and you don't need to roll for death saving throws. That's it. That's all it does. Meanwhile, haste gives you extra action, extra movement, extra armor class, and all that.
Okay. then removing
Like
haste.
that, I think that's a good question, open for interpretation. I wonder if anyone who is watching us now or in future is having the same question. We can Google it afterwards. For now, I would roll that it doesn't stay. So Rafe, do you prepared your things?
Thank you.
You're standing next to like a darkness wall, and you can see that Paula and Farvar, they are undecisive in what they want to do. You can see Breen casting healing, and you casting healing, and Dr. Ravage casting your favorite fireball. So you can also do communication stuff.
The thing is, there's so many ways to make this guy visible, but not if he's in the magic darkness. This sucks. I just went through, I think, 3 or 4 different possibilities, but nope. So applying potion of healing to a person, is that was considered bonus action in the past, right? To an ally.
It is still
Or
wait. Applying to somebody else, it's an action.
yeah.
So you're force feeding them. Only drinking it yourself is a bonus action.
Yeah, I see. Okay,
I know
okay.
you have a life and death choices here, so I understand the delay.
Last possibility I did not yet think of. So you say no non-magical light can illuminate the darkness. How about magical twilight, dim light?
From the aura that you have?
Yes.
I think it actually should work.
Mm-hmm.
I think it makes sense because you have an aura around you. It's a sphere. It's filled with a dim light. Meanwhile, darkness is complete darkness. It moves within you for 1 minute. Yeah, you already activated it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it should work. If you move in the range of the darkness, it probably can kind of like make an eclipse in a way. And make the whole area visible again.
Okay. So how far would Polo be from the center of the darkness? Is that... should be something like 40, 30 feet? 50?
Like 35, yeah, something like this.
35.
Yeah, so
Okay,
you
perfect.
can reach Rizantar, and then your radius would be like 30 feet around you, so it would be enough to do stuff.
Perfect. Okay, so the good thing, so the bad thing up front is Polo doesn't have this sphere anymore. But the good
Wait, you don't have it anymore?
No, because Polo was unconscious in between.
Oh.
But the good thing is he can cast it again because he has 2 charges. So that's what Polo is doing as an action. He's popping the sphere of dim twilight around him. What Polo then does is he uses his bonus action. Oh wait. Nah, unfortunately. No, okay. He just uses his walking speed to get to Rizantar.
Okay. You can definitely do that. Yeah, you're next to it.
By moving there, does Polo see that the darkness is kind of illuminated and battled by the dim light?
Do you have the aura active right now?
Yes.
But you said you don't have it. Wait.
No,
Yeah.
as an action, Polo used it because he has 2 charges of the aura. The first one was gone. Now Polo used action, activate aura second time. With movement, he closes in. And he's around there where Rizantar is. So Polo has still 1 bonus action left.
Okay, so first you had to use your Harness Divine Power, yes? As a bonus action. Then you use your action to do Twilight Sanctuary and move in, correct?
Exact. No, wait. So action was to activate the Sphere of Twilight.
But you cannot
Movement
activate it
was to
because you
close
don't
in.
have slots for it.
I do have slots. That's the thing. Like, because Polo's level 3 cleric, he has 2 charges of his... What is this called? This thing? This divine thing. This channel divinity.
Yeah, you have one. I can see 1 channel divinity slot for you. Which you already used to cast it before. Correct. And I can read just above it, Harness Divine Power. You can get 1 more spell slot there to channel divinity second time if you use a bonus action. Correct?
Okay, right. But if you now click on channel divinity and see the pop-up to the right, and then
Yeah,
if you
I can
scroll
see
down
it.
first, second, third, 4th paragraph, then it says beginning at 6th level, you can use the channel divinity twice between rests, which means I have a
Yeah,
second charge.
6th level of cleric, not 6th level of character. You're not
Does it
6th
say
level
6th level
cleric.
of cleric?
Are you
It
sure?
doesn't give
6th
him
level?
extra box. He has only 1 spell slot there. Otherwise, it would give you another spell slot if he would be 6th level cleric.
Are you sure it's really about being a 6th level
Yes.
cleric and not being 6th level character? Because
Yes.
logic I'm applying here is cantrips like Word of Radiance, for example, also get the bonus of 1 additional d6 damage. And this is based on the character level, not on the class level. But it's definitely a cleric cantrip.
I'm pretty sure your divinity depends on how much invested you are in being a cleric.
Makes sense, but why then my divine cantrips get stronger just by the character level? And this is
Because
out
this is
by
how it's
default in
written.
D&D.
This is just how it's written. I cannot answer. Definitely, you need to use bonus action, action, and move. So this is what you do? Please confirm.
It says so in the cantrip as well. It's formulated the same way as in the divine thing. It says the
I don't
spell's
see
damage
the
increases.
I don't want to argue about extra box. I'm telling you, there is no box. That means it doesn't give you extra spell slots.
Okay.
Case closed.
I don't think it's how it works, but okay. DM ruling.
I can create an extra character later on and just
Yeah.
check it.
I will do it. Don't you worry. I will do it. Anyways, then Bolo spends all of his actions on those things. First, recreating the spell slot and then casting it again. Casting the
yes.
Twilight Sphere. And then he is done once he arrives at where
You're
Rizantar
getting
stands.
close, and
Nice.
the sphere is basically making this like semicircle. And this whole area is highlighted in a dim light, so the darkness is no longer there. You again see Sas wielding his greatsword and salamander, also about to attack Roman Erenmar. Farvald and Paladin, what do they do? Rafe, I hope you're ready with your stuff.
How far is the paladin from everything? How far can the paladin move? Can you draw a circle of action?
Paladin can
Something
move
like
30 feet, he can get to the melee. But Paladin's preference would be spare the dying other Paladins.
Hmm. That is difficult. How well how healthy does this highness look actually?
Quite bloodied, yes. So one of his wings is already not longer floating, right side of his body, and his leg is also severely damaged. Even though he
Didn't he
doesn't really
heal from
bleed
a-
a lot, but I can see a lot of broken bones.
Circle of Death just now?
What?
Didn't he heal from a Circle of Death? Just
No, Circle
round
of Death
ago?
doesn't heal him, no. Circle of Death only does damage. He held from a different
Okay.
spell.
I think
He
last time
held-
you commented that he healed immediately.
He
after the
healed
circle.
from the spell cost Absorb Life. Yep. And this one is still recharging. So you cannot use it every single round. But it's soon to be recharged.
Okay. So then Sas as well as the fire. Okay, we don't care about the fire supplement, but Sas would be
Farvalt.
in range of
Farvalt and
holy
Paladin,
grenades.
what do they do? Yes, they will be in range for sure.
Okay, so then Paladin gets the instruction to stabilize or revive people, whatever he can do.
Okay, so this is what he's going to do.
And Farwald, with his last spell slot,
You no
is
longer have
going-
spell slots. You already used 3 spells.
Wait, let me check something. Just.
Please do not cheat.
No, it's like I press spells, and they're not marked off.
So then,
This
I'm
is-
curious how
this
many
changed.
extra spells you casted over the 9 rounds of combat. But we are gonna keep it.
didn't.
You don't have any more spell slots.
Yeah, okay, okay, that changes things, I guess.
Rave, I
But
hope you have.
Start from the beginning. What the polo does now in the new consequences.
Please no. Let's just roll.
Recalculate it.
so if what is the the Sas would be after Farwald. That would be Sas' turn, right?
I already had a turn.
You already had a turn.
Okay,
This is a
so,
new round.
okay.
This round, Revenmar didn't receive any radiant damage.
Yeah, but if we apply radiant damage now, then we have at least one, probably 2 casualties. No, we have exactly 2 casualties then.
Farvald, please.
Yes, Farwald,
Just
then.
apply the damage. Otherwise, he heals next turn.
The thing is, I don't have radiant damage to apply.
Just
That
throw
is
the
problem.
grenade in. You have the grenade.
Is Farwald within?
Grenade.
Would Farwald trigger
you can
opportunity
throw.
attack? Would
For what?
Farwald trigger opportunity attack? Ah no, okay,
No.
he's back there. Farwald is back there, so that means 1 casualty. Farwald has a feeling, thus doesn't care so much. And
Farwell lost his position in the fight.
That
Farwald
changes everything.
throws
yes?
the. Yep. Farwald throws. Is he in throwing range? Let's ask that first.
Yes, you are.
Perfect. Then Farwald uses the last holy grenade, even though he doesn't believe in it, but he believes in the knowledge that went into crafting this device, and he throws it at His Highness.
Okay, you throw grenade at His Highness. So you all can see how this holy grenade with the sound from the Worms 3D game, hallelujah, gets been thrown right into the middle of the ranks. We already have decided that the saving throw goes only about the conditions, not about the damage. So it's definitely 6d6 damage. Please roll for damage.
28.
So it's 28 radiant damage for everyone who is standing there. So Roman Rememar takes 28d8 and he feels very bad. Sas, you take 28 radiant damage as well. And Salamander takes 28 radiant damage. Salamander is also very looking really bad.
I have a question. Can thrown
So he needs
objects
to
also
roll.
deal crits?
Depends. I don't think so.
Okay.
If you are throwing a knife or something, like an attack, probably yes. But
Okay,
if you want to
fair
do,
enough.
you need to do something unconventional with this grenade to crit, I would say.
Praying.
I don't know, placing it inside of Roman Ravenmar maybe could cause a crit.
How about praying to His Highness? Praying to Anacron.
Aha, to His Highness.
Praying to Anacron. I mean, would there be a chance to deal a crit somehow?
Roll d20. It's going to succeed on 20.
I want to do that with advantage because Fowd is using one of the last charges from his soul thingy. He can do that to get advantage on whatever he does, and this requires only bonus action. So Fowd uses his bonus action to get advantage on the throw for a crit. And he expands
Go
one
ahead.
of the charges.
Go ahead. Roll twice, d20. On a 20, it succeeds.
First one is a 3. Second one is also not a 20.
So you had 3 times advantage on any attack at any point in time.
Yeah,
No,
he
you
had.
can
Using
only
it
use
to
it
throw
once.
a grenade.
You can only use it once per action. I mean, it costs 1 bonus action.
Sas, how do you feel? How do you look?
I'm looking at the skies and there's some angels flying in, and then I'm peacefully closing my eyes. Yeah, feeling safe and well, going to the different world. Yeah, that's how I feel. I saw a flash of light and I saw the way, and I'm going there, you know, to the light. I'm going to the light.
Sas is not going into unconsciousness?
He is unconscious.
Okay, good. He was so dramatic about it, I wasn't so sure if he's still there.
Okay, you done. Rave. Your turn. Please surprise us. You can see that Sas went down again.
Yeah.
How can he
you-
see? It's darkness.
It's no longer darkness here because of Polo aura. Or
Is there someone on the left side of His Majesty? Highness.
no. He's there is a salamander standing next to him. There is a body of Sas. He himself.
Yeah.
Farvel
Yeah.
standing just further ahead. Paladin is reviving his friend. Dr.
Okay.
Ravage is behind you all the way. And you're standing next to Bryn.
Yeah. Yeah, and is my cylinder still like alive?
Yeah, of course. Still
I have an
Okay.
important inquiry. Can I just interrupt? Sorry.
No. Rave?
Okay, but it is important for before.
No.
Just saying. By the ruling, actually.
Rave?
Is it still in the 60 feet range?
Yeah, you can definitely
reach...
move it on him, yes.
Okay, but wait. Then I'm gonna use first 2 sorcery points to do the double thing, so I can use like 2 actions.
2 spells.
Yeah, it is like, yes, that thing.
So you can move the thing, and I would you can do a cantrip.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so this one
Okay.
goes on the top of him. He needs to make a save again. That's Moonbeam. That's a Constitution save.
No.
25, he makes it, but he takes radiant damage, 2d10, so he takes 10 radiant damage again. And his healing is again blocked, both by the grenade and the moonbeam. It also lights up the remaining of the darkness in that area. Aye, aye! He shouts from the terrific pain inflicted on him.
Yeah, I don't feel guilty. Yes,
Didn't you
and
have a whip or something? Of command.
it's very far.
It has bonus range, right? It's like half ranged weapon. I don't know, just thinking
I
out
think
loud.
it's 10 feet, maybe, maximum.
Ah, it's,
Okay,
it's
that's too
really
far.
short.
If it's a reach weapon, I think it's 10.
Yeah, it's 10
Don't
feet.
remember. Yeah. So you can skip standing
Okay,
in
that
melee and
makes
still
sense.
using it without provoking opportunity attack if you want to move. Yeah, right? Cantrip?
Yeah, cantrip.
Which one?
I'll do a little firebolt.
Go ahead. It's a ranged attack, DC 20. So that would be really
Yeah,
a lot of
it's pretty
damage
silly.
against him, but it whistles just past him. So you can still move somewhere if you want, as he gets closer in this area.
Yeah, I'll move like to the right side. Is it all in fire or something, or is it gone? The fire that Sas
It's
caused
not.
before some rounds ago.
No, there was no fire from Sas really.
There was like this TNT
by the
where
tent.
he
By the tent.
blew up.
This is
Yes.
nothing significant
No, I
at
meant.
least.
Yeah, I just want to move like to the right side a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, you are running through that field, kind of stumbling a couple of times over the dead bodies of mercenaries and horses, which are still lying down there. You're stepping over them and finding a better shelter. And he would be using the legendary action to grasp Sas, grapple Sas.
Oh my god. Cannot see
Hey, but
that
Sas is
person.
unconscious.
Exactly, so he automatically fails.
Revenge? Oh my god.
Why does he ungrapple unconscious people? Doesn't he have a sense of what's right? You just don't do that.
As he
Okay,
is kind
Bob
of
now.
bringing your body to like himself, I thought you might be more skilled than your brethren, and your threats were empty, just as I expected.
I'm walking towards the light. I'm not there.
Yeah, you're not answering. So Rafe is done. Now that will be a Lord's turn. Let's go on a short break. 5 minutes.
The cliffhanger, come on.
5 minutes. Thank you, Sebastian, for joining us. The luck and critical hits and all that, everything happens today. Really happy to see you. Yeah, 5 minutes and we're back. And we are slowly getting back from the pause as the party of Power Rangers continue their bloody battle against Roman Revenmar and his security details. And we are at the round 9 of a combat. This is episode number 100, and this is the longest battle we ever had in this campaign. You can call it a boss fight. Is it
We can?
BB?
Okay. Good to know. I didn't notice.
That's a good line.
I mean,
yeah?
I mean, I don't even know what's gonna come with the equalizer, right? I mean, this. Okay.
So that's what I was going next. Whether it's a big bad evil guy or in D&D circles known as BBEG fight, that's I'm not giving a straight answer to that. Sebastian, thanks for joining. Thanks everybody else who's watching us. This is episode number 100. And it doesn't look... It looks very, very... I think the bloody is the best word to describe this whole massacre. As the bodies of horses, mercenaries, halflings, paladins, human paladins lying around in disarray. Meanwhile, the soul energy from the broken jars is kind of slowly leaving the carriages which are standing around and were disturbed by explosions by dynamite and also by explosions with fireballs. So this is a true battlefield.
DM, I'm with you. Not visible, but I'm there.
You're not only with me,
Just
but with
FYI.
everyone who is on the stream, yes.
Yes.
Good to have a cordless
I'm just
headphones.
adjusting. I'm just adjusting to Farwald, who's also barely there, with his 2 HP. I'm merely acting the role. Talking from another plane. Almost.
Farwell has just dropped a bomb at his friend.
He had a telepathic message to deal radiant damage. And since
So
Farwald is
Sas
a
told
very
him so. Yes.
Farwald believes it was Sass's voice. Or so he will tell everyone.
Good point.
What happened? Sass is good. He's great. He's going to the light.
Sass the Great. We will remember this. No, but
So we have the Great Wizard, now Sas the Great. I see the pattern here.
oh, he also had
Amazing party members. Well, I can be reborn into Mr. whatever, Mr. Ravash, the useless wizard. We'll see, but
DM.
I did everything I
Sebastian.
can. But you guys are just casting some like 0 damage stuff.
I mean,
Uh,
Farwald is always is kind of busy staying alive because he's just getting grappled and eaten and bitten, you know, like always. It's always
Farwell
Farwald
is
who gets
casting,
this.
more spells than he can.
He's trying to, at least. He's trying to go beyond, on and beyond what is expected
You were just
granted.
bitten once. That's all that happened to you, right?
Yeah. He was bitten once,
yeah.
grappled, and then everything else was eaten.
Yeah, I mean, there was 2 circles of death there. Also, Farwald
Everyone
got
got
like this toxic breath.
From the golems, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was bad decision. We should have not thrown in the paladins versus the golems. They wasted all of their smites.
So
Yeah,
as
the thing
Sebastian
is-
says, side effects of low HP is hearing voices in the head. So,
The metagaming voices. You start hearing them, yeah.
DM, I have a game-related question.
go ahead now.
Which action? No, wrong phrase. What type of action would it take to draw from the deck of many things? Is that a bonus action, since Farwald has it always close? It is familiar and dear to him. He always knows where he has it, and it's just drawing cards.
If I would be DM, I would say it's a legendary action of the champion of the whatever
Yes.
the light, the guy,
I mean-
an electron champion. Yeah.
I can back
Icon.
this up. I can back this up by Farwald being on the brink of leaving this world where he has this task he was told to do by his deity, holding on to the most sacred thing he possesses of his deity. He might unlock legendary potential in the face of death. He doesn't fear so much, but failure and disappointment and his friends dying. Reaching back to his faith, which became ever so strong in the last few months and years.
I would, for the rule of cool, I would roll that using the deck of many things would be a free action.
Yes! We achieved legendary status.
Of course. What's the
I
other
like that.
point of being champion of Anacron? Now we found one use for it. You don't get any discount, you don't get anything, but now you have one free action. Just for the cards.
Legendary. It's a
Oh,
legendary action. It's a champion action. Screw legendary, it's a champion action.
Sebastian have a really cool line.
Let's
It
say
says
you can make
they
one
say-
item your champion item, and you can use it free.
They say when dying you have flashbacks, so Farwell is not casting more spells, just recalling those he used before.
That is good. I like that.
That is really cool. This is amazing, man. That's a really cool line.
I mean, since Anacron is the god of madness, Farwell bends the rules of reality. And through those flashbacks, by the grants granted by his deity, who likes this idea of bending the rules and doing wicked things, he unlocked 2 additional spell slots.
No.
Okay.
The bullshit doesn't go that far.
I mean, Sebastian gave like a very good base. You know, like you can't argue with the audience, TM, can you?
I'm not arguing with him. You hear voices in the head, you're recalling past spells, yes? And you're also
Okay,
talking
okay.
like true isekai character. I don't know who's isekai. But that's also... Who's isekai? Carolina, do you
Isekai?
know?
Is it not Ikigai? I don't know. Isekai, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, so as I
Ah.
ruled, if you wanna do the deck of many things, that would be a free action. So it's not gonna take you action or bonus action.
Okay, that's pretty
okay.
nice.
So isekai is a classic genre of character who died in the real world and revived in another. So like
It's pretty
We
much
call it-
forward, I guess.
we call it escapist. Like, but I'm trying to remember in Russian. It's Papadanets. In Russian, it would be Papadanets, the person who just appeared somewhere random. Yeah, but yeah, I know the concept. Yeah, okay. So
So forward can do that after dying, right?
do what?
Free action.
Appear just out of nothing from a different plane and be a true isekai character.
In a DLC, possibly.
I subscribed. Okay. Let's stay with the champion action.
Okay, so Rafe, you were the last one to act. So now we have Lord Vampire Roman Reminbar.
What? He just acted.
He used his legendary action and the end of Rafe's turn. And now it's his turn.
Yeah.
As he was giving that speech in your face, he is, as you're grappled, he is saying,
Your soul
Your
is
threats.
mine, like Shansung.
your soul is mine. Shansong.
I knew that was him.
And he is going to bite you. With advantage.
Next time, everyone takes anti-bite colors.
Yeah, bite
biting
is
is-
always.
Oh,
Biting
fuck.
was our worst enemy.
He critted on the
happens?
bite.
No, don't do this. Don't do this.
So that's
Must
2
have-
deaths
that's
saving
crit.
throws.
Doesn't
Right
doesn't he
away.
have doesn't he have disadvantage in dim light? Caught by a deity? I'm not convinced. I'm just thinking. Like I don't know.
So you can see how his mouth is kind of grabs into your neck, sus. He is like ravaging in the arteries that's left exposed in your
I'm
unconscious
going
body.
towards the light. I don't feel anything. I'm feeling closer to the light now. Almost there. I see the gates.
So he is attacking you second time with another bite. Does 22 hit?
No, wait. It's impossible, but it's not. Armor class is 23. How can he miss?
So he is making his attacks. So how does it works against? It's the same thing as the dog that was chewing through Farwell. It makes his attacks with advantage against unconscious creature. And his first bite was a crit, so 2 death saving throws. And then he next 2 bites. He was so like enjoying the fresh blood on his lips that he kind of like slipped. I don't know how to explain it.
I know how to explain it. Since he's so close to death, the first taste of blood filled him with so much enthusiasm. He was just going on and beyond, and with all this joy, he just missed.
Yeah.
Forgot to make a second bite. He thought he did it, but he didn't.
So he's still grappling you away. He's trying to move away from the moonbeam effect. Further back. And Salamander has opportunity attack against him. So it's +7 to hit. Wait, where is it? Here.
Can I roll for dynamite exploding in my pockets because the fire creature is attacking me? Salamander has a fire attack. And they are also nearby. So His Highness would have taken, like, whatever, 7 damage. I definitely have dynamite on me.
How many?
No,
Let's see.
no, don't do
Wait.
that.
We can roll. 3 plus 1, 10 pack. So like 13.
Aren't they with
So I had-
silver nails?
Yeah, 1 with the nails and 1 just 3 pieces separate. So 1 homemade holy grenade with silver nails and 3 ordinary sticks.
Okay, I would rule that if Salamander managed to hit you, this is what happens. Otherwise, any
Okay.
other instance of the fire damage wouldn't like explode your dynamite on you. So let's see the Salamander. It has +7 to hit. Done.
Damn it. No, the 10 misses.
Yeah, the 10 misses. The Lord Trevimar made his action. Salamander made his opportunity attack. Now Salamander's turn as he is closing down again. And he is going to make another 2 attacks. He has another 2 tries.
Against the salamander or against whom?
Salamander is attacking. Let's say he's just swinging. So 22. It's enough to hit Robin Revenmar.
Not enough to hit me.
I mean, I'm just imagining how does this look? Like the unconscious sus just still like, you know, evading the blows, like, you know.
I feel
it's actually
defeat.
Should be the attack with advantage.
Come on, DM, do it. Roll high. 22 is not enough. But if he stays, he still has to roll. But any creature that stays take damage. Oh, whatever. You can roll. You can roll something.
So it has a heated body. So the salamander is instead of like seeing that he is unsuccessfully attacking the creature, what he's doing, he's instead like bull rushing them all, running
What
into
is
their
that?
spot. So he just rushes them, like tackles.
He's grappling us.
Like he's just trying to, like, you have a big large creature, he's like kind of jumping over there, so you have like here gachi fight. So as it jumps like right there, sus, there is an intense heat coming from the body of salamander. Do you want to do it?
I mean, we need to roll for the intense heat. How intense it is.
It's
Is
enough
it-
to hit the
if-
dynamite, so I'm asking you, do you want
If
to
it's
do
more
it?
than 15. No, if it's more than 15, then it's enough.
Wait, you wanted to make a damage of 15 or more, or what?
I want to roll d20 to determine how hot is the salamander. Maybe it's a sick salamander. Maybe it's not the legendary salamander. Maybe it's like a small sick salamander that doesn't
It
have a
would usually
proper
make
gas.
2d6 of fire damage of anything it touches.
Yeah, but we need to roll if it's enough to fire the dynamite.
How much?
Next
do
roll
you
will
want?
be lower. 15.
Okay.
So please roll d20. Next time it's gonna be 10. And not cheating, DM. Hands on the table.
Slash roll. An exclamation
Yeah.
mark.
7 fire damage.
Wait, is it damage that means I'm dying, or that means the dynamite explode? I think it means I'm dying, but the dynamite doesn't explode yet.
It
It
means
says
the
dying
dynamite
right now.
explodes. It means dynamite explodes.
Okay, then the dynamite explodes. What do we roll for damage? So let's. How much did we roll last time? 10d. That's
You
fine.
are
You can
master of
resurrect
dynamite,
me.
you should remember.
Yes, it was 10d6, and there's some bonus ones, so let's make it 11d6. That's 2 of them were fake dynamite. It was sold non-high quality dynamite. It got scammed. Roll 11d6.
Does it get
So that's
extra
45.
damage?
No, that was already the best thingy.
But
So you
because
can
of
only-
silver.
Because of silver, it has the different damage type. So it's 45, and let's say 35 of it is holy damage, and the 10 is not holy. So 35 holy bludgeoning damage, and 10 normal bludgeoning damage. And maybe Highness's hand is now decapitated. Fuck, all of my items.
So, as the salamander lunges into the suicidal attack at the offenders and the summoner of her, so you're also a offender to a salamander in a way. You are carrying it, not freeing it. It gets into both of your bodies. An intense hit from salamander is the amount of rage it has accumulated in imprisonment, and the hate for this material playing beings who has imprisoned it, didn't let it free, and now even hurting it, cause it to intensify its flames from its own skin. And as it was getting closer, Sas had his dynamite sticks like into the next to his chest to be quickly on into his like small pouch to be quickly removable and usable. And as the heat from the salamander intensifies, it lifts on fire the cords of those dynamite sticks placed together.
Good. Dealing damage even after death. You see how it should be done, party? It's fine, you can resurrect me at the monastery. Don't look so... We're just doing damage.
So as this happens, Sas, what's the amount of damage that happens?
45 total. Out of them, 10 normal, 35 holy bludgeoning.
So as this happens, oh wait, I need to check. As this happens, the huge explosion erupts from the middle of where the center of the fight was. And Rafe, you're observing it all, and good that you have changed your location of hiding just a few moments ago, as this massive wave of shrapnel is just envelops in all directions, hitting the wooden planks around you and leaving nothing kind of really like untouched, like damaging things around. You can hear how the some of the wounded and dead bodies were hit by the shrapnel as well. As the explosion happens, once the Farvald, you're basically and Polo, you're standing there almost in the range of the immediate effect. A couple of the shrapnels actually hitting in your armor, but they don't cause immediate damage, that rather a small disturbance like a paintball, like a hit. So they don't cause you lose HP. They cause you to close your eyes for a moment. And as you're opening your eyes and looking at the center of that explosion, you can see that the body of Sas and most of his left side of the body is missing, as he's lying face down on the ground with a sword still being held in his right arm, not being released. There is no sign of salamander at this specific spot, and the only thing that is visible in the area of explosion is this massive amount of smoke, of white smoke, which seemed to be from the dynamite explosion. Sas, you're dead.
DM, you might want to check messages.
No, I don't want to check.
I mean,
any
I'm in a
messages.
paradise for now.
If you want
the monk
to.
paradise. I was praying all my life, you know. It's good. So maybe someone will get me out. We'll see. Trying to find some phrase, but
Yeah, it doesn't change anything. Get hurt. It's not enough.
Then Farvald wants to use a reaction. He
You're not
wants
being
to cap-
attacked.
But Favot can, because he's snapping his soul and stores it.
What's going on? Leave me in a paradise with angels. Or what are you doing? Or you're stealing my soul into your tattoos or something?
Not into the tattoos, but for now,
Into the jars. We have a lot of jars nearby. Maybe they work also.
Favot actually has soul crystals. And Favot is using his reaction, and it is actually a very powerful spell, because it is a spell called Soul Cage, and it's level 6 spell.
A legendary
So-
champion action.
Close. And he wants to
It's fine. I'll be
conserve
happy to
as a
be
soul.
reborn as a robot or something like that.
We might figure something out.
Just put my crystal into like a mecha suit.
Yeah, it works. Farvelt, you have it. You mark the spell slot.
It doesn't require a spell slot.
It does. It does require marking of the feature.
Yes.
It is a spell slot in itself. So, as the smoke starts to settle down, Breen and Dr. Ravage kind of like they fell down to the ground after the explosion. They're raising up from their feet and they look at the place where explosion has happened. And they run towards they no longer see Roman Ravenmar over there. Rather, they see half of the body of Sus still holding a sword in his right hand. The paladin is running around trying to spare the dying. The paladins that kind of still possible to keep in living. He also manages to get Balor.
Poldo
what is
would
this
run
sad
to
music?
Sus. Poldo would run to Sus and try to use spare dying on him.
Go ahead.
Done.
Nothing happens. As most of your attention is towards the Sus, where Sus' body is, you all can notice that this dust from the dynamites settles down, and it was supposed to be already kind of clear out the way, but this a pillar of a smoke actually kind of stayed up. And with a couple of more seconds, the smoke seems to be raising up in the sky and floating off the ground.
Favot is using a spell scroll.
Go ahead.
And it's a sending spell. He's
Who-
contacting Helena.
Okay.
And
what are you-
briefly tells Roman Ravenna is in his nebulous form and on its way, awaiting further instructions or you to be ready. We lost Sus. Is there anything you can do?
Okay. Sending, right?
Yes.
You still have the deck. You can use that
Yeah.
if you want.
Yeah.
But again, there's a paladin
Farvald.
place nearby.
Farvald, please roll 1d100.
Okay. Can happen. What? I didn't know it has side effects. It's a critical one. No, wait, did I roll the right thing? It's a critical one. It is 1. Out of 100, it is 1. What has happened? I don't know why I had to roll.
His Highness resurrects.
Okay,
Wait
so
a
as you
minute.
are sending the message to Elena, you would actually you ask several questions about especially about the assistance, means of assistance, and about the loss of Sas, and that Romanarian Bar is on the way to his lair, which is his mansion. And as you're expecting at least some answer or acknowledgement or anything from her side, there is hollow emptiness. Nobody responds.
Does this throw by any chance count as a saving throw, an attack roll?
No, this is just a
or
D100.
ability check?
There is a 5% chance that
Yeah, and I
it
nailed
might
it.
not work. And you got within 5%.
I'm just saying because in certain throws I can get advantage using the soul cage.
No.
Okay, then not.
Yeah, the smoke is floating away, and only the fire, which is in the north at your position, kind of, and the moaning of injured and wounded reminds you of the recent battle and massacre. Yes, Sas, you are dead. At least for now,
My
but your soul
items.
has been gathered in a jar by Farvald.
No, in the soul crystal. Farvald
Wait,
has soul
Do you
crystals.
know how to get me out?
Sort of.
Okay. But you can. I mean, there's a monastery with parallel people. They can just
And
heal.
we can
Surrender.
try that.
They-
There should be priests that maybe
They are
can...
gonna kill us if they find out we used necromancy to capture his soul.
Now,
And
yes.
No, but it is like a temporary pause. Nothing can happen to the soul as long as the spell is there. The soul is not going anywhere. There's
as long as
no
Just say the
Farvald is
vampires
not,
did it.
as long as Farvald is not eating it for HP, you know.
No. After that, even the soul gets released. It's not even used up. It's written so in the spell description. If Fabo just uses the soul for whatever, after that it is released. So it's not destroying the soul. It is.
Just
I
say the
considered
vampire
that.
did it.
I
Yeah,
can
anyway.
share the spell. Should I say, share the spell?
You don't have to say that it was yours, yeah.
So Breen and Dr. Ravage, they are trying to run around and use the remaining of their healing to those who are gravely wounded or dead. All the horses, which were used by mercenaries, are dead. And the camp is kind of, the north of the camp is on fire, and the forest on the north. There is one person coming from you to the back to you, Rafe. It's one of the tieflings. and he just was one of the scouts to check away how's it going here, and seeing that there are no signs of animal or monstrosity that recently has diseased many of the brethren, he kind of like, what's our next orders? Commander? Chief? He asked in Infernal.
Me check with whomever is still alive from the party. If there's something else that we might be doing now, probably not, but just let me check. I'll go and check with Firewall then.
Into the abyss! He shouts, and
Into the
kind of
abyss.
proudly, but still like limping on one leg, he kind of like passes your orders back to the camp. As you reconcile together Paula Farvald, Breen, Dr. Ravage, a couple of paladins still sitting on the ground. Balor is stable. Rizantar actually forgot to roll for him. Okay, let's roll for Rizantar.
But he shouldn't he be stable, because Paulo is using like the paladin's vow spare the dying?
Don't think you could. You didn't have actions this round yet. It was his.
It was not
his
this
last-
round. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the next round.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you can spare the dying him as well. He is unconscious.
Okay.
Yeah, Farvald, Rafe, what do you do now? Paula.
Yeah.
No.
Didn't think.
Do we
about
want to get a
that.
scroll for sending because it didn't work?
Would Farwald know it didn't work? I mean, Farwald would know there is no response. Would he actually know?
Farwald
that
would know that
it
there is
didn't
no
work?
response. He would expect that there would be a response. That's what he knows.
Okay, so he communicates this to the party.
Do we want to retry?
Do you have another spell
We're
scroll?
gonna need a
Ask
scroll
Bryn.
again. No. We would have to buy, right?
Yeah, we would have to buy it.
Didn't
or-
Dr. Ravage copy it?
He never got a copy of it.
And he cannot do that, right? Like it's not part of his spells.
No, he
Oh.
can. For sending, he can. I thought we gave it to him while in Bubble. He couldn't
gave
do
him
something
stuff.
else, some druid stuff. Maybe the
Hmm.
light beam was he couldn't do.
That's true. We gave him stuff.
I can check.
Spells.
So he has message, and in his spell book.
I mean, you need like 30 minutes to get to the city, and you can send a message from there.
He doesn't have ascending in his spellbook. He copied some other spell for you.
We're even thinking of building a business based on that. Make him copy those expensive scrolls. Damn it.
What about Bryn? Didn't she communicate once with me using the sending?
Yeah, she bought a scroll.
It's fine. We can buy it. We can buy it.
Yeah.
The question is,
What do you do now in the camp?
I think what Polo would do is he would reach out for his talisman and perform like a short. It might look like thief count to some of those who understand it. Gesture on Sass's chest. Silent.
What does it do?
It honors him.
Honors him?
Yes, it is like, we just lost a team member. Polo is grieving and praying for his soul, kind of. There's no special effect. Only level 3 cleric.
Moment of silence.
Yes. So, Foul says.
Can't you trade all of those souls around in soul jars for one resurrection from your page?
No.
He
Wait.
doesn't like
What
those
do?
bottled.
Because there are still
Yes.
some.
Yes. We need to
There's like
confiscate
thousands
those.
of souls.
We need to confiscate. Is that the right thing to do, though? Like thousands of people to revive one person?
I mean, of course, it was us. We don't care. I mean, I'm not into that type of.
Let's check
Bryn-
our alignments of our characters. I mean,
Yeah, Bryn, she as a ranger starts to look around for possible dangers or what's left in here. She looks around the camp and checks a couple of carriages, and she tells you that the carriages actually have most of the carriages are still intact, and inside of them they are full with jars, which seem to be made from a different material and different designs. Imagine those clay ones, but they can be taller, wider, weird shapes, different mastery of their made. So every single carriage seems to be coming from a different place. And those that are intact, they indicated, they have names of towns in there.
cool. It's lots of responsibility.
So every single carriage is about a single town that has been abducted.
One is enough, yeah.
We can bring those people back, can't? Partially.
Can we? I mean, I think we
What
were
happened
able
to
to
last
do
time?
that, but there were still these strings, so we were able to restore some of them. Yeah, but now they're completely unattached, so I don't think that it would be possible.
Fair point. Let's quickly think about this. So who might want those or need those even? I mean, obviously Equalizer himself. So we could bring this to the Equalizer and be his favorite servants. Just naming options. We could try to bring back those people back to life. We know this comes at a price. Even if we managed last time, those who came back, most of them didn't make it or were like kind of not in a happy state, let's say.
Husks, yeah.
Yeah. We could, because we know deities also want those souls, think about giving them to deities. I'm pretty sure Anacron would be at least interested. Question, what else can we do with those?
We can send them to the
We can send
towns
them to Helena.
nearby.
We could give them to Helena, you know, like assuming she knows what to do with those.
Yeah, we don't know how much she knows about necromancy, and she should know something.
It's like this is the case when we don't want to hold responsibility. Then we just hope that Helena does the right thing, whatever that might be. Any other people we know who might be interested? What about? What about the Avenger Council? Maybe they would know what to do.
Is any of them still alive?
We don't know.
Yeah, but they're not exactly the most powerful party.
I think what Polo would do right now is to kind of take care of Sas's body. You know, maybe wrap it in blankets, prepare it a bit like, I don't know, maybe take the sword off the hands, put it like in a respectable position, like honoring the dead.
Yeah, but we're not giving up on him, right? Like, we
No,
have to find a solution.
which is why we definitely need the body.
Yes.
We can put him in the bag of holding and he will not turn bad. How to say this?
Yeah,
He
that
will not
was.
start to rot. He will not start to rot.
Don't you have a cantrip that prevents decay? It's like a level 2 cantrip.
I didn't choose it.
Level 2 cantrip.
Oh, level 2 spell.
But I'm sure like the paladins might.
The monastery is
Yeah.
30 minutes away.
Exactly.
The problem, you don't have horses.
Are there like really no horses at all?
I mean, as far as Sas knows, there's 2 ways of resurrection. One is a quick and easier.
Rafe,
Mm.
as you are thinking about it, you hear that behind you there is some shouts in Infernal, and some of them kind of to be surprised, and some of them are kind of excited, a couple of them cautious, all of them in Infernal. And as you're looking behind at the hill where the tieflings are setting the temporary camp, you notice that one of the tieflings is walking towards you, and behind him you can see this. I'm gonna post it in Maps and Lore channel.
Ooh.
Mm.
Hey, the boss dropped the Pegasus.
Yes.
How does the Pegasus look like? Neutral? Friendly? Cool?
French.
Behaves like a horse.
So it
So
depends
currently
on.
walks aside the tiefling periodically and making a couple of flags, but as he's trying to push away, the tiefling is like kind of patting him down and comes closer to you, Rafe. We found this just a bit outside of the camp on the western side. It seems to have been running away, probably belonging to the camp, but probably was attached too much to the owner, so didn't leave far. I think that that would be a glorious gift for you, Your Majesty.
I think it suits me, yes. I will accept it.
Into the abyss,
Seems
and
fitting.
he
Yes.
is
Yeah.
he's giving you the handles of the Pegasus.
Yeah. And I will tell everyone that that I found some of the souls of the people that disappeared from our town nearby, that we should like offer some prayer to Kossuth, and we did all of this for them, so they were brave. And of course, as promised, I will notify all of their families and the families of those that we lost of their heroic deeds. Yes.
They're making those typical NPC moves. Yay! And they are extremely excited
Yeah,
to
hello,
hear those
hello.
news, especially when you mentioned the name of a town that has been abducted, and of course all the tieflings would know about this occurrence. They would never think beforehand that they would participate in anything like this, and only now, the rush of the battle and the adrenaline comes to be going down. The pain the feelings, everything comes forward, realization that you survived another day, and you did something good. That's what they hear from you.
Yeah, then yeah, after all of this, I will just let them know that for now the battle's over. Yeah, they did good. They can come back to their families, to their lives.
Yeah. So as you discuss your planning, some time passes as people are trying to bandage their wounds and identify who is alive and who is not, who is still here. And yeah, you quickly, fairly soon, get the full picture of aftermath of the battle. So, in terms of the enemy units, all the servants are dead. Couple were seen running away in the forest, but nobody is tracking them for now. The mercenaries are all dead. The constructs, the golems, they're dead. Camera's frozen. No! No! Sebastian,
Ah, damn.
you did it
I was
again. Wait,